Little boy, how we looking? What?
One done, little boy.
How we looking there?
Discover the Caribbean from a new perspective with Calvin Air Helicopters. Call us today at 789-4354 or email reservations@calvinair.com. From providing access to higher learning, fostering young talent in music, to supporting youth development initiatives, the Calvin Air Foundation is playing a pivotal role in nurturing the potential of tomorrow's leaders.
rapper. A boy must is stupid, never get the lyrics on me, never get them slow and rapid. I am calm as a lamb, don't feel I'm timid. If I do just a bit, this will get executed. I am lyrically ill. 90s, I am programmed to kill. Tell the world of me, the team and him really come hot this year. Where them a go do, they hold me. What do you mean? What do you give me wicked this year? Not evil water can hold me. And the mercy, come now. DJ this time, give it a silver rearrange. Think positive and come on the front page. Come in them know, so you're lyrically brave. Hold the pace right back to what they said. No matter with after 2 years, you start fade. Right now, this is my lyrics parade. Me and lyrics in a dance and lyrics in a speed. Fire, fire, or the better self in the brigade. Pirate them, no stopping beat. Or give me hot this year. Where them a go do, they hold me. What do you mean? Or give me wicked this year. Not evil was again, told me. And the mercy, make a big piece of the cake with a glass of lemonade. With the lips in my mouth and make come well prepared. If a pirate guy feel like him won't come wait. We have the angle and them have the blade. So I'm right there, so the next thing I first see it. I am lyrically packed and highly paid. Me no ramping me work, me no ramping me trade. Remember this, DJ I beg gonna beware. Cause this is the ear, dirty man gone clear. Account of the lyrics with a potion to steer. Tell the world where they made dirt, find a new. Make it hot this year. Where them a go do, they hold me. What do you mean? Wanna give me wicked this year. Not even water can hold me. And the mercy, wanna get me hot, gonna get me hot, gonna get me wicked, wicked. And if I do just a bit, this will get damage, damage, you don't trespass. A boy must is stupid, never get the lyrics on the mouth, never get them slow and rapid. I am calm as a lamb, don't feel I'm timid. If I do just a bit, this will get executed. Just back, I am lyrically ill. This is no man, me hold me tranquil. In the 90s, I am programmed to kill. Tell the world of them, me dirty man, him really come hot this year. Where them a go do, they hold me. What do you mean? What do you give me wicked this year? Not evil water can cool me. And the mercy, come now. DJ this time, give it a self rearrange. Think positive and come on the front page. Come in them know, say you're lyrically brave. Hold the pace right back to what they care. No matter with after 2 years, just start fade. Right now, this one lyrics parade. Me and lyrics in the clocks and lyrics in the sphere. Fire, fire, put a bit of self in the brigade. Pirate them, no stopping beat. Or give me hot this year. Where them a go do, they hold me. What do you mean? Or give me wicked this year. Not evil water can cool me. And the mercy, take a big piece of the cake with a glass of lemonade. With the lips in my mouth and make come well prepared. If a pirate guy feel like he wants
full of my yard. Blessings stay for my yard. And like I die, we go deep, we go see, we go feel. Because the blessings full of my yard. Blessings full of my yard. That's why I my alcohol. I don't want to reason bad things no more. I don't want to go back to where they before. Ain't nobody stress me, not disturb me, just. I sip my alcohol. I don't want to reason bad things no more. I don't want to go back to where they before. Ain't nobody stress me, not disturb me, just. Too many problems. I feel to run away, but I won't go stop them. Too many bad men and not enough friends. Not save me, don't wanna lose my conscience. I just wanna dance under the sunset. Make nobody stop my enjoyment. Oh. No. That's why I sip my alcohol. I don't wanna reason bad things no more. I don't wanna go back to where they before. Make nobody stress me, not disturb me. I sip my alcohol. I don't wanna reason bad things no more. I don't wanna go back to where they before. Let nobody stress me, not disturb me,
Somebody.
So it looks like if Trendsetters want to put anything into perspective to stay in the race, they have to get 3 points today, Zico?
Yes, I think
well, minimum a draw, but at least 3 points will give them a good foothold into being in the title race.
Yes, I think they would not want the gap at the top to be too big. So I think they will definitely be looking to possibly get something out of this game. But just going quickly in terms of the starting lineups for each team. For Trendsetters, Anik Jarvis in goal, Studia Brown, Camila Hughes, Lakeisha Samuel, Denovia Jarvis, Nafisha Squashy, Latoya Williams, Ariel Delpleesh, Shakir Ogaro, Karen Warner, Risha Simon. And for Wadadli United FC, Joel Have in goal. And they're being led by Jada Benjamin, Janaira Hodge, Kanika Buckley, Gabriel D'Souza, Carleen Thomas, Kevancia James, DeQuania Henry, Zolique Samuel, Brianna Roberts, and Argel London.
Yeah, most definitely. Because it seems like these two teams have been fielding the same lineup now for the past 3 weeks. And this is Trendsetters' third game, and it's the third game for both teams, Zico. But just a bit for the viewing public, we have Trendsetters in blue and white top with blue pants and blue socks, and Wadadli United in green and black top, green shorts and green socks. The Wadadli United team will be kicking from north to south, and the Trendsetters team will be kicking from south to north. And here we have it, the Argel London plays it wide to Samuel. Samuel cuts back, tries to get back to London, but intercepted by Simon, touched by Simon. Simon still has it for Trendsetters, challenged by Simon again. It falls to London. London being pressured by Lakeisha Samuel, turns away, looking for options. Has an option in Buckley. Buckley has it, looking for options too. Buckley decides to go back to Roberts. Roberts back to Buckley. Buckley with a touch. Was with number 11. 11 plays to Quashi. Nicely 1-2 between Quashi and 11. Back down the line for Squashy, but Roberts will get there first. And plays into touch by Roberts. This game starts really aggressively, Zico.
Yes, I think Wadadli United will be looking to impose themselves on the game early, looking to get Argel London and Gabriel D'Souza involved early. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, Trendsetters are going to be marshaled in the back with the experience of Karen Warner. So we'll see how well she can marshal her troops to try to keep the usually rampant Wadadli United attack at bay.
So now we have it. Squashy has it in the right hand side. She elects to try the cross, but the cross goes across the goal line, and it seems like it's looking like there's a corner now for the Trendsetter team. So we have Trendsetter sending numbers into the box. There we have Williams, we have Young Hughes going into the box, Squashy's in the box also. Williams is in the box, and the corner is to be taken by Brown. Brown with the right footer. Halves comes up but didn't get nowhere near it, but cleared off the line, still ricocheting on the line. Falls for number 10 for Trendsetters, who was Latoya Williams, Zico, and she couldn't manage to keep that one on target, and she boots it over the bar, Zico.
I think Latoya would want that chance again, and I think given the second opportunity would probably give a better account of herself, but unfortunately unable to keep it below the crossbar. I like that Trendsetters have elected to go directly at Wadadli United as opposed to dropping back and trying to absorb pressure. So if that continues, then we could see the makings of a very exciting game.
Have starts his shot, plays it wide to ball is with Benjamin. Benjamin goes wide to Hodge. Poor first touch by Hodge, and the ball goes into touch for throwing to Trendsetters. Simon to Ogaro. Ogaro takes under some pressure from Hodge. But there's a full throw infringement called by referee Portia Davis. So the throw now goes to Wadadli. Hodge to Benjamin. Benjamin turns and plays back to Hodge. Hodge has it. Poor touch but taken by Jarvis from Hodge. Intercepted by Buckley. Headed clear by Lakeisha. Ball's with James now. James tried to play London. And the ball is into touch for a throw into Trendsetters.
We need to react quicker.
Ogaro. Benjamin for Wadadli United. Plays down the line for D'Souza. D'Souza comes across. Gets the cross one. Gets the cross two and tries to cross, but miscues across, and the ball goes across the goal line, Zico, for a goal kick to Trendsetters, Zico. That was really a dangerous play. She didn't have much options in the box except Ardea London was trying to get there, Z. But unfortunately, she didn't get a good cross, and the ball goes into touch.
Yes, I think there wasn't enough support in the box. And we see, unfortunately, looks like Karen Joseph needing some assistance on the far side of the field. So as is, Trendsetters are defender light, and Wadadli United on the attack.
There's a great ball played through for James, and James is chasing. James has it, bring it back to Benjamin. Benjamin elects to cross, a good crossing, but Anik Jarvis coolly and calmly collects this one, Z. And apparently, Zico, there's a player down, as you just mentioned, for Trendsetters, look like Karen Warner.
Yes, she looks like she pulled up in her attempt to cover that through ball play to Gabrielle D'Souza moments ago. Looks like she's really struggling. Could be a hamstring, or it looks like a calf. But hopefully she'd be able to continue.
And this one was booted over the top just now, Zico, by Lakeisha Samuel, but it was straight across the goal line. So now we have a goal kick for Wadadli United to be taken by Harv. Harv seems like she's going to start short. She starts short. Number 12. Number 12 has some time, but under some pressure from Kwashi. Tries to play to number 14, Samuel, but the pass was miscued, and it goes into touch for a throw-in for Trendsetter to be taken by Brown.
It's really unusual to see Wadadli United being pinned down in their own half for the season, George. I don't think we've seen that. Sustained pressure against Wadadli United since the season started.
Well, we haven't, Zico, but we always expected these. As we go along, the games will be getting harder because these Trendsetters is one of the better teams in the league. So, they have played 2 games before which have been of weaker opponents, and now Trendsetters is a better team. So, it's a bit. And the throw-in taken to Squashy. Squashy back to Brown. Brown miscued, picked up by Benjamin. Benjamin goes past 2. Ball falls to D'Souza. D'Souza with a poor touch, but she recovers. Plays it to Roberts. Roberts turns out. Plays it to Thomas. Thomas with one over the top for Benjamin to chase. Benjamin and Hughes giving chase, but Hughes gets there first. Hughes decides to take a touch, but she's under pressure by 2 players, which is Benjamin and
I like
James.
this. I like this.
James wins it,
I like this.
but there was a foul, an infringement on Hughes by James, and Portia Davis blows a foul in favor of Trendsetters.
That's a bit of bravery and some good ingenuity by young Hughes there, dealing with two of the better players in the women's game at this point, and the youngster showing some good poise and winning a free kick for her team.
Benjamin's on it. She has helping James, but she was fouled by Lakeisha Samuel. So there's a free kick now, Zico, on the right-hand side for the Wadadli United team, Zico. Seems like Brown take a shot. Bars with D'Souza. D'Souza has sometimes looks to take a few plays and she gets past two. She's still going, but a strong challenge just now by Simon, but still D'Souza is still on it. Cuts one, cuts two. But great defending by Simon, and this one goes into touch for a throw-in for Wadadli United FC. So taken to D'Souza to Benjamin. Benjamin takes the touch, back to D'Souza. D'Souza picks her head up, drives it across into the box, met by Lakeisha Samuel. Cleared, but soft. Lakeisha is there again, boots it onto the player, and Anik Jarvis is out of goal to collect this one in her 80-yard box. There's two players challenge. Benjamin and Kwashi. Still Squashy. And there's a foul on Thomas. And there's a missed call by the ref, Zico. Well, she quickly adjusts it and changed the direction of play. So it's a free kick for Trendsetters midway. And the midway mark, Zico. Zico is seeing that Karen Warner can or cannot make it. It looks like she's up. And the Trendsetter team has been playing a man down for quite some time, Zico.
Yes, I see her getting that knee brace, and we'll just have to wait and see if she'd be able to continue. I mean, I don't think it's the best game to pick up a knee injury against a team with the likes of Gabrielle D'Souza and young James and Zolique Samuel looking to get in behind the defense. So we'll see if Karen can continue going, and if she does, how effective is she going to be against those young players?
Well, she's back on the pitch, Zico, so Trendsetters is restored to 10 men, but here comes Roberts. Roberts tries to play this one down the line for Simon. Samuel is on it. Samuel is confronted by Hughes, plays it inside for Argel. Argel takes a lovely touch, turns out. Takes a bit too much time and she chatters that, but picked up by Roberts. Roberts to Buckley. Buckley picks her head up, plays it to Thomas. Thomas with a poor pass picked up by Squashy. Lovely footwork by Squashy. Plays it to Warner. Warner miscues her pass, but well read by Hodge. So Hodge will come away with it. Hodge plays it wide to James. James has some time looking for options, being confronted by Agaro. James tried to play through the gap, but intercepted by Jarvis. Played forward. Hughes has it now for Trendsetters. Agaro plays it forward. And the ball rolled down straight through and picked up by Halves. Halves rolls it wide for Henry. Henry turns. Henry looks up, plays it into Landon. Landon takes a touch, cut, turns inside, looking for option. Trays a reverse ball for Gabriel. So she's onside. Gabriel and the goalkeeper, one-on-one. Gabriel gets past the goalkeeper, tries to go, but the ball hits the post. But some mad bravery there by young Hughes, Zico, just now to see to it that one doesn't cross the goal line,
yes.
Zico, and the ball goes into touch.
Camille Hughes there, just covering her goalkeeper, being brave, being strong, and I like to see that commitment there, George.
Oh yes, Zico. And we're about to be being graced with the presence of a former national player, Zico, Georgetta Buchanan, who should be joining us shortly here this afternoon during this commentary, Zico.
Yes, it'd be good to get her insight as a former player in the league as well as a coach. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, Zico, so she's on site already, Zico, well, but she just has to get mic'd up and then she'll be with us shortly for the viewing public to know she played for the youth national team, senior national team, and she also went away to university in Zico.
Yes.
So So and here we go with London and the run. London being challenged by Lucky Summer, but London shrugs off. Still London, but Jarvis is out bravely. And it was a wonderful stop there by Jarvis Zico to keep Trendsetters stay in this game. But some great power and strength there by RJ London to get Lakeisha off her tail to get close to the goal.
End-to-end stuff at the moment, George.
Most definitely. Ball with Simon. Simon boots it upfield. Met by Williams, but comes away by Samuel. Samuel has it. Samuel has one to beat. Samuel tries to go past Brown, gets a pass Brown, but Hughes is in a great covering position. Ball is with Williams, but a strong challenge by Henry, and the ball goes into touch for throwing to Trendsetters. Into Del Pleach, but a poor touch by Williams, sorry. The ball goes into touch. Throwing for Trendsetters, taken by Henry, met by Brown, collected by Kwashi. A great layoff by Kwashi to Ogaro. Ogaro has an option of Jarvis making a run, but the pass is intercepted by Thomas. Thomas has time. Thomas settles, plays it wide for James. James saw Wadadli United looking to take on Simon to get past Simon. James down the right side. James looking for options. She has D'Souza. Plays it into D'Souza. D'Souza with a great turn and shot. And this one goes straight across the goal and into touch.
Yes, Gabriel D'Souza finding a bit of space in between the two centre backs. You know, great ingenuity. Being able to turn and get that shot off, but unable to keep it on target.
Yes, so we have here now a goal kick, it is, for Trendsetters to be taken by Anik Jarvis. So it seems like there's a bit of a position change. Zico, Karen One is still on the field, but she's now moved into central midfield, it seems like, Zico.
I think that knee will definitely be tested either way, even as a centre back or even in the middle of the field. But I think they're looking at keeping her out with the group, fairly young group, to add that little bit of experience, even though she's not as mobile as she would have been at the start of the game.
Buckley to London. London turns, has Samuel on the run, tries a shot, but harmlessly into the hands of Jarvis. Henry, Samuel, Buckley has it, intercepted by Ogaro though, but still fought off. Buckley still gets there, still Buckley. Turned by Buckley. Buckley plays it to Benjamin. Benjamin to James. James to D'Souza. But the timely challenge by Lakeisha, and the ball goes over the goal line for a corner kick, Zico, to Wadadli United FC.
We'll see Wadadli United start beginning to impose themselves on proceedings. They've been putting Trendsetters under quite a bit of pressure. Obviously, Trendsetters functioning with only 10 players at the minute. So we'll see how much they can hold out until they have a replacement. Looks like Karen Warner will be substituted momentarily. So Trendsetters will be looking just to see things out until they can get back to full strength.
Definitely. The ball is now with Jarvis. Jarvis plays it forward, intercepted by Benjamin. Benjamin has time, looking for option. She was looking for options, but D'Souza made a late movement, and this one was played into touch for throwing to Trendsetters. Zico, we are getting spurts in both halves. 5 minutes in this half, and then 2 minutes in that half. So we definitely, this game might come down to one chance.
Could very well, we could very well see that. Although, if we're being honest, Wadadli United would have had the better opportunities. There were 2 one-on-ones. Gabriel D'Souza going past Anik, but were unable to keep it on frame. And then moments ago, Alja London, another 1v1 situation, and Jarvis coming up trump. So Wadadli United would have had the better of the opportunities so far, but it will be an interesting game going forward. I think the midfielders are going to have a really big say in this. Which midfield group can settle quickest and start to dominate the game in terms of chances being created.
Most definitely, Zico. So there was a foul just now on the Trendsetter player, So free kick is awarded to Wadadli. Wadadli's take a shot to Benjamin. Benjamin to Hodge. Hodge back to Benjamin. Benjamin turns. Look for Buckley. Buckley has it. Time. Buckley looking for options. Tries to play to London, but it's a bit wayward. Now there's a foot race between Squashy and Roberts, but Roberts seems to have won the foot race. Plays it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper tries to place it back to Roberts. Roberts has it now. Looking for options. Roberts takes on a man which is Squashy, but Squashy didn't give up on the fight and was able to throw it out for throwing to the Wadadli United team. James, Hodge, Benjamin. Still Benjamin. Now Thomas. Thomas boots it. Intercepted by Hughes. One back by D'Souza. D'Souza is on the run. But well tackled by Jarvis, number 4. Jarvis plays it into Delpish. Delpish back to Jarvis, but it's a bit hard. And then Henry, the defender for Wadadli United, was able to get in there, but there was an infringement.
Good enterprising play there by young Jarvis, Denovia Jarvis. She would have intercepted, stepped in front of her mark quite nicely and looked to combine, but the return ball wasn't on target.
But there's a big one taken by Brown and straight into the hand of Halves. Halves weighing out her options, looking for options. She decides to kick. Met by London. London to James. James is bringing his under control. Under some pressure from Magaro. James turn. Plays it infield to Benjamin. Benjamin with a good first touch, looking for options. She still has James on the right. Tries to play it around the corner, but intercepted by Williams and Hughes. So Hughes is on it now. Hughes still Hughes. Hughes to Simon. Buckley over the top for this D'Souza. D'Souza has it, but she left it a bit there, but she still recovers. Has time to shoot. She shoots. Save. There's a falling save just now, Zico, by Jarvis. Jarvis was called into action. She couldn't have gotten her hands on it cleanly, but did enough to keep it out of the goal. And it's a corner now for another corner for Wadadli United, looked to be taken by Gabriel D'Souza.
Yes, I think that shot knuckled just a little bit, and he unable to hold it cleanly. But as you mentioned, she did enough to keep it at bay and allow her team to regroup to defend this corner kick.
And there was also a substitution just now, Zico. Karen Wan is off. Corner taken. Benjamin has it. She looks up. She elects to shoot and goal, but straight into the arms of goalkeeper Jarvis. Met by Thomas, and this one goes into touch. Yes, so talking about the substitution, 1 is off and number 18 is on, Zico.
Yes, Azora Roberts. So, I mean, obviously, you would want to be at full strength in terms of having your best players available to you for a match of this magnitude. But Karen Warner picking up what we suspect is a knee injury early in the piece, and unfortunately couldn't continue. And so head coach Nikisha Samuel forced to make a change. And that's always, from the coaching perspective, that's always the hardest substitutions to make, those that you're forced to, and especially when it involves your marquee players. So we'll see how the adjustments are going to be made against a team that's really stuck like Wadadli United. As things stand, both teams are giving a fairly good account of themselves early on in this encounter.
And most definitely, Zico. We're about 20 minutes into this game, Zico. Referee Portia Davis has given a water break, and I think it's a well-needed water break given the humidity outside the Zico. Yes. We're under our tent and feeling this humidity, Zico, compared to the young ladies out there. But the name of Zora Roberts is one that I've heard quite frequently around the female games, because I think she will be adequate replacement for Karen Warner here this afternoon, Zico. So I don't think the Trendsetter team would be losing much strength in terms of making a sub. Yes, the experience of Karen Warner and her playing ability is a lot, but I think Azora could hold her own and, you know, keep this team in good strength to go on and probably get a positive result from this game, which would be well deserved, would be well needed.
Yeah, I think Trendsetters, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, they would be doing their utmost best to try to stay in at least within touching distance of Wadadli United. You don't want to fall too far behind in the points table against a team of this caliber. So as is, adjustments are going to be made to ensure that there is at least a positive result out of this match.
All right. Roberts has it. So it's a throw in for Trendsetters to restart from the water break. Ball is with Delpleach. Delpleach tries to take a player on, but won by the defender Henry. And the ball goes into touch. So it seems like it came off of Delpleach last. So it's a throw in for Wadadli United. Henry looking for option. She has a backward option of Roberts, but Buckley forward, she takes it to Buckley, but it was a foul throw. Zico, I find there's a lot of foul throw being blown from since last week into this week, Zico.
Yes, but it tells me that that's something that our coaches may probably need to pay a little bit more attention to in training, because at the end of the day,
it's one played in and Kwashi's on it. A one-timer. She didn't get the good boot on it, Zico, because she had to stretch a bit, and it goes over the goal line for goal kick to the Wadadli United, Zico.
With teams that are so evenly matched, they're very fine margins, and you don't want to be giving the ball away cheaply. I mean, a throw-in is basically a free pass, and if you can't get it into play and you're losing possession without the ball even coming into play, then that's something that I think the coaches would definitely want to be paying attention to.
And talking about there's a poor pass by Roberts, but she managed to get it back. Now James has it. James plays it in the channel for D'Souza. D'Souza gives chase, being marshaled by Simon. Simon is strange. D'Souza tries a bit of fancy footwork, but didn't come off, and Simon runs away with it, but D'Souza chucks back and got a tackle in, and the ball goes into touch for a throw-in.
That's a bit of bravery there, George.
Listen, the games need that. The game needs those kind of things.
Yes, so we're all here for it.
Yes, definitely.
The tricks and the flicks and the flair, and it's good to see it in the women's game.
Definitely.
You know, but I think it would be better. I think everybody would appreciate it if it comes off a little bit more. But kudos to D'Souza, trying to bring some excitement to this game.
Benjamin to Thomas. Thomas tries to play one forward, intercepted by Ogaro. Ogaro turns out, tries to go forward, but straight to Roberts. Roberts has it. Roberts is looking for options. Roberts driving. Tries to play this one to Samuel. Simon gets his Zolik Simon. Oh, intercepted by Ogaro. Challenged by Buckley. Picked off by Buckley. Still Buckley. Buckley has it still. Plays a lovely ball down the channel for James. James, it's just a little bit elude James, but James being able to chase it down. She has it now. Takes a player on, looking for options. She has D'Souza, gets it to D'Souza. D'Souza being marshaled by Samuel, but D'Souza is still in it. Roberts, Benjamin.
Don't pop. Watch it. Stay with that place. Shakia, this is what I don't want. That's the good.
See Trendsetters getting into a low block there, George, and forcing Wadadli United to break them down.
Well, yes, that's what I'm saying is Wadadli United has most of the points in it. Has 6 points so far, and Trendsetters has 4. And Trendsetters know if they lose this game this afternoon, you know, they will be 5 points back of the Wadadli United team, which will be a difficult thing going into this last week of this first round, which will be next week. It will be Zico.
Yes. So again, them just trying to stay within touching distance. Not a bad tactical adjustment once they're out of possession, and that's something that I noticed from the jump. The minute they lose possession, they're getting bodies behind the ball and forcing Trendsetters they've taken away the penetration down the middle. We've seen really good midfield play from Jada Benjamin and Kanika Buckley so far in the season, and clearly that has been identified as an area of concern by the Trendsetters training, coaching staff, and they have sought to make that adjustment, being compact in the middle, being well organized, forcing them to try to attack in wide areas, and so far they've managed to hold them out.
Well, most definitely. It seems like Roberts was struck in the face just now on the cross from James, and so she's down, getting some medical attention now. Seems like she'll be able to continue, Zico. Yeah, most definitely, Zico.
Go, Josh, introduce.
Yeah, so we'll be joined on set now by Georgetta Buchanan, former national.
I was asking if you're going to cut the camera while we set up.
Yeah, they cut.
Okay.
By Georgetta Buchanan, who was is a past national female player and one of our better players. You know, she got the scholarship and went away to university. So I'd like to welcome Georgetta and set here this afternoon with me and Zico for this game between Trendsetters and Wadadli United. Georgetta.
Good day. Thank you for having me.
So it's always a pleasure to have persons that are well respected on set, and certainly better looking than myself and George.
Yeah, we won't complain about it. In the looks department, we know we're definitely a good distance behind Zico. So we won't be complaining in the order. But also she brings a bit of knowledge.
I'm gonna take it while I get it. Thank you.
You're most welcome. So this is the first week watching the league so far, because I understand you was away.
I was.
All right. So you won't play with none of these teams in the league?
Not this season.
Okay.
I'm sitting out this season.
Injury or personal reasons?
Personal reasons.
All right.
But, it still can't be too far away from the game. Hence the reason why I'm here now.
So if you had to choose a team that you're going to be cheering for to win it, I put it in the hot seat. Straight off the bat. Straight off the bat, Z.
Why not? Why not?
Why not? If you have to choose a team, the last time you really had the knockout competition, you played for someone in knockout competition, innit?
Yes, I started with Fort Road. That's the team I started with in the knockout. And I barely even played then, because at that time I was severely injured.
All right, so can we say you're still with Fort Road?
At this present moment, legally, because I am registered. So legally through the FIFA Connect, I am still registered with Fort Road.
Right.
I actually got transferred out from Wadadli United, because that's who I played with before we had the long break. That's the team I was with throughout for, actually, since Lisa was here, so that's how long I was with Wadadli United.
All right, well, it's nice to have you on set, Georgetta. So you're here now with Henry being challenged by Del Plish, but this one rolls into touch for throwing to Trendsetters. Yeah, so since Lisa was here,
yes,
that's definitely quite some time, isn't it?
2021, I think.
Yeah,
2021.
And I say it that way because even though we didn't really have much of a league going, the team pretty much kind of did stay together, and we were doing friendlies and stuff like that. And throughout that whole time, I was with the team as a player and, contributing however I could, mentoring, coaching, whatever it was. I'm always willing to give that much. I learned from.
Well, that's what it is as a former player. Yeah. So but here we have a substitution for Trendsetter. This is the second substitution of this half. It seems like Lakeisha Samuel is coming off Zico. And
yes, Lakeisha looks like she's out, and it looks like
number 14.
Yes, number 14.
Number 14,
George.
Brittany George. So
and players
Trendsetters making their second substitution of the half, George.
Yeah, and London tries to take on Jarvis, but Jarvis wins this one. Jarvis to Brown. Brown clears it upfield. Met by Del Plish, a lovely header to thing, but picked up by Benjamin. Benjamin plays it to James. James has time to turn, looks at the options, decided to go back to Benjamin, but intercepted by the number 10 Williams. So Georgetta, what you look out for this female league? What are you looking for the younger players to emerge, or?
Well, even before emerging, right now I'm more seeking consistency. I just need to make sure that I would like to see more of this league happening yearly, annually. Of course, we know we have the school league, but that gap between after they come out of the school league, and if it's not just playing for the national team, we don't have enough rotation of football. We have to keep it attractive, keep the female football attractive, so that we have those who can't play football would want to come and play, and maybe the ones who can't even play just be interested in playing just because it's an attractive sport.
All right, good, understand that.
So once we get that, then of course you're going to find quality, and with quality we'll have progression, whether it's college and scholarships, whatever opportunities that arrive, all of that would come. But once we're consistent and we're seen, then all of the other great stuff will naturally follow.
I think the framework has been put in place for that consistency you're speaking about, because with the Calvinia Foundation being on board, we're looking at, in addition to this year, an additional 4 years after this, where it's completely sponsored, and so the avenues, at least from the competition aspect of it, being put in place for these young ladies.
And that's great. I did hear about that. I got all of that news, hence the reason I did reach out. Once they reached out to me, I kind of voiced my opinion on it, and I, for one, want to more than say thank you, because I appreciate the efforts, because it's something we've been looking forward. I'm saying we because even me, for years, probably since I was a teenager coming up, is the initiative is what we were looking for, and now it is here. I am so grateful, so that now they have the opportunity, and not just them, those to follow behind. And even if after the 5 years they decide to renew and give us another 5 or another 10, we'd appreciate that. And even if others wanted to come on board, we welcome it, because like I said, it's a beautiful thing, and it's a great opportunity for us females, and female strong, so I'll always push towards that and promote that however I can.
All right, so back to coverage here, and there was a foul on James, it seemed like, and a free kick for Wadadli United down on the far side. But Wadadli United have been applying a lot of pressure here, Zico. We've been in this half for the last 2 to 3 minutes here, and we're definitely enjoying the voice of Miss Buchanan here. Definitely, Zico. But just a bit, Zico, I think the tactic by the Trendsetters team to sit back, Zico, and allowing Wadadli to come, I'm not too in favor of it, Z.
I think we got to give Wadadli United a little bit of credit as well. They've increased the pressure. They've been looking to maximize their possession as well, and then Trendsetters finding it very difficult to link, to find that link play with the absence of your experienced players. Your more creative players have had to drop into that defensive role for Trendsetters, and so there's a little bit of a disconnect between the lines at the moment, and unfortunately Nafisa is being cut out in terms of service to her, and that usually takes a lot of the attacking prowess away from Trendsetters.
Well, yes, Zico. So we have a throw-in on the far side for Trendsetters. Throw to be taken by George. I understand what you're saying, Z, but I'm saying is if you don't force the next team to defend, then you're going to be defending for the whole half. But here we have it with Simon. Simon tries to play this one over the top for Del Pleach, but it goes straight into the feet of goalkeeper Harves. She plays it to Roberts. Roberts turns out, tries to play it, but gives it away. But recovers well to get it back. Still Roberts. Roberts plays around the corner to Samuel. Samuel to Henry. Henry takes a touch, looks up, tries to run into space, but intercepted by Ogaro. Ogaro to Kwashi. Kwashi has time, she turns, plays it to Del Pleach. Sorry, George that was. She skips away, Hodge. Simon has it, and there was a infringement on Hodge. And there's a goal, free kick to the Wadadli United team.
It'd be difficult to put a team under pressure if you don't have the ball, George. And so Trendsetters have to find a way to keep it. First of all, to get it, and when they do get it, find a way to keep it.
But if you're dropping in a block, Z, and you're getting it in front of your goal, then Z, it makes it way more difficult to get out. But Wadadli United on the attack here with D'Souza, being confronted by Hughes, but a poor pass by D'Souza. But James pulled her out of it, tries to play to London, intercepted by Jarvis. Williams have it. William looks up, tries to play squashy. Simon plays it forward, but ricochet after Thomas and goes straight through to Jarvis. Squashy. Just what I'm saying, Zico. Squashy picks it up and Squashy is being challenged by 3 and 4 players. And everybody, I'm saying is if you're dropping deep, but when you win it, you have to get forward. You have to get forward. Because Squashy is not the biggest player, number one. And there's some pretty decent defenders, very aggressive in Thomas and Roberts alone.
Yes.
Is way more, is going to be able to manage Squashy.
Yes.
So Squashy is going to need a bit of help.
She's going up against experience.
So Agara needs to get forward a bit quicker. And Simon now is in midfield, so Simon needs to get forward a bit quicker, but tried to get onto that one, but picked up by goalkeeper. She chose it to Samuel. Samuel let it bounce, goes overhead, but challenged by Agaro. Agaro runs it down. Jarvis boots it forward. Jarvis has it. Tries to play it forward. Picked up by Roberts. Roberts to Henry. Intercepted by Brown and goes into touch for throwing to Wadadli United. So, Georgetta, so far from watching this game, you know, from a female's perspective, what do you think is one of the things that need to be a bit more implemented in female training to kind of get the game to be a bit smoother and not transition like that?
Well, of course, obviously we need fitness training. We definitely need to be more fit so that we can move more on the ball. Decision making is another big thing. You know, once you get the ball, what do you do? Where do you go? How are you finding your spaces? Where your teammates are? Decision making is also, because if you notice, at least 80 to 90% of them not keeping possession of the ball is because when they get the ball, they don't know what to do with it. If they get the ball, they kick it. It goes directly to the opposition.
And here comes Buckley. Buckley goes to the cross.
Opportunity and
Souza is on it. Looking for options. Has Samuel with a little 1-2 back to Souza. Souza takes a shot.
And
oh my
beautiful
God.
save by Jarvis.
What a save by Jarvis it is. Jarvis pulling out all his stops there. Jarvis just remind me of a young Johnny Boyd Simon just now there.
I think it was really good link-up play between Gabriel D'Souza and Zolik Samuel. And you know, that shot seemed destined for the far corner. But Anik Jarvis showing why she's been the number one goalkeeper in Antigua for, I want to say, the last 4 or 5 years there, George.
Most definitely. I was impressed by that save. I thought, as you said, the combination played just now between Samuels and D'Souza was some good football to create that space to get that shot up, and it showed good awareness by the young D'Souza to try to pick out the far post instead of just going for power. So, you know, all in all, there was some good football play just there, and Jarvis was equally up to the task of making the save. Corner taken early, played back to Benjamin with the touch. Benjamin crossed it in, but drop shot and goes across the goal line for.
I think both players would have played against each other long enough for Gabby to know that power is not necessarily gonna beat Anik from that range. And so now you have to look at something else. But you know, good play by both players. And we're at the half, 0-0, George. But you know, entertaining stuff in spurts. Hopefully the second half can be just as entertaining, and we can have both teams trying to get a positive result of the game.
Yeah, definitely. And just before we go to break, just your thoughts on the first half, Georgetta, before we take a break.
I would say it was a good half. Wadadli seems to have been playing their style of play. I could tell that Trendsetters did make some changes, knowing that Wadadli is a more attacking team, or they have a strong attacking team. So, like you know, you were mentioning earlier, they are sitting back a little bit deeper, and I guess that's the aim, being, you know, maybe we defend more and then try to capitalize on our opportunities. But then again, the opportunities are kind of isolated because then we have Squashy at the top. Most of her plays being cut out, and then she then receives the ball. She doesn't have the support. So, you know, like I said, it's all about decision making. Now it's up to the coach to see how they can now tweak it to make it better. I wouldn't say I would have expected more goals already because they are, if I'm not mistaken, maybe from the stats right now, the standings, they're probably the top two teams, maybe.
Well, in the top three.
They're within the top, correct.
In the top
So
three.
I wouldn't say I would have expected more goals. I knew that it would have been a fight today, and so far they've been thugging it out. Let's see how the next half goes. Pretty much excited to see that because after the pep talk and maybe the tweaks, let's see if they come out with a different energy or a different mindset, and because somebody have to win this game. Somebody should want to win the game. So let's see what happens in the second half.
And there it is, it's halftime here at the ABFA Technical Center in the Calvin-sponsored Women Premier League. We're going to take a short break now, but for me, George Saw Dublin, my co-host Desmond Zico Blur, and guest host Georgette Buchanan will be right back.
Discover the Caribbean from a new perspective with Calvin Air Helicopters. Call us today at 789-4354 or email reservations@calvinair.com. From providing access to higher learning, fostering young talent in music, to supporting youth development initiatives, the Calvin Air Foundation is playing a pivotal role in nurturing the potential of tomorrow's leaders.
Second half of our lone item here this afternoon between Trendsetters FC and Wadadli United FC. Alongside me is Desmond Zika Blur and our lovely guest host Georgetta Buchanan. I like that name. I know there's a young lady that plays for Canada, Khadija Buchanan. Oh my, yeah, yes, you know Vernon. Fantastic defender, man. Fantastic. But anyway, the first half ended 0-0. There wasn't much in terms of real scoring opportunities. I think most opportunities fallen for the Wadadli team. One with RJ London, and then the one with Gabriel D'Souza, whereby Jarvis made a fantastic save. So, just thoughts and look forward to the second half. Both of you, if we could go there quickly.
Well, we would like to see some more goal opportunities and more finishes. I'm excited to see how the game will end, but let's see if there's any changes coming out of the first half. Let's see what the coaches did. Were there any subs during the half?
Yes, Zico, there was in it.
Yes, I think we saw the introduction of Tadia Brown for Trendsetters. So Trendsetters would have been, this would have been their third substitution. One obviously because of an injury, and the other two, I'm assuming, is tactical.
All right, so no major changes then. So let's see how the second half starts and how it runs.
And we're with Buckley. Buckley plays it out to Hodge. For Wadadli United. Hodge has options in James. She tries to play the same, but intercepted by Williams. Williams takes on Buckley. Williams is still going still. Roberts comes across. Benjamin and Simon. Falls to Simon. Simon has it. Lays it off for number 9. Number 9 tries to cross, but picked up by Buckley. Buckley looks for options, tries to play one in behind, but no takers, and run down by Hughes. So Zico, the substitution seems to be number 13, is that what it is?
No, number 9.
Number 9, yes.
Yes, number 9 by our match sheet says Tadia Brown. So she would have been introduced at the start of the second half.
Yes, and we nowadays with Hughes and James down the corner. Oh, lovely bit of work by Hughes to get around James, and James was forced into foul in Hughes. But fantastic confidence, Zico, this game, because usually Hughes is one of them no-nonsense defenders, getting it, either playing it outside or moving it. But today she's being a bit more composed, looking to take on the opponent when necessary and just not giving the ball back to them cheaply.
Yes, I think we've seen a little bit of little bit of an improvement in that. We spoke about her ability and going through the gears. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that, that aggression, a little bit more of that directness and that forcefulness from her.
All right, and we have here with this Souza trying to take 2 on. She goes past 2, she tries to cross, challenged by Hughes, but there's no infringement and the ball goes into touch. And it seems like the Souza is down. Referee Portia Davis sprints over to see what is.
What I'm noticing is that the 2 experienced and the senior defenders from Trendsetter are now subbed off. And if Wadadli United is paying attention, maybe this would be an opportunity for them to be a bit more forceful or take the level up a little bit offensively.
Yeah, most definitely. But last week, Hughes and Jarvis played in their centre back role, and I was absolutely fantastic against Cutting Edge. So it seems like they have a good understanding of each other. Yeah, we do, and it is really a good point by recognizing that the 2 main or most experienced defenders are off. But I think those 2 young ladies showed their worth last week and definitely has
that's good stuff.
Good stuff. We're here with Benjamin now for Wadadli, intercepted by Hodge. Hodge has it. Hodge tries to play it, but Ogaro gets there first. Henry has it, but a bit heavy from Henry, and the ball goes into touch. George being challenged by Kwashi. Kwashi wins it. Kwashi takes and gets around her, plays it across goal, but goalkeeper is up to the task and comes out and grabs it comfortably. So Georgette, I'm very happy that we have a female here on the panel, and I'm always here in terms of the trying to get young females. They might have females that are home watching and want to get into football. Even parents might want to get their daughters into football and don't know, the regular exams. So just a quick on yourself, all what levels have you represented Antigua at on the females standpoint, from the female side of it, the different levels you have played for Antigua?
I did go through the school league in high school, and I did obtain a scholarship. I went to Iowa Wesleyan University. I played there for 4 years. I also did some playing in Broward, that's in Florida, so it's Broward County. I did a few leagues there. Then, of course, been back and forth with our national team for almost 2 decades.
So you played at the senior level. Did you play any youth levels coming up for the?
I'm glad you mentioned that, because again, the opportunities that they're getting now at maybe even as low as 30.
So I want to commend the young ladies for continuing the effort, continuing the fight. But just tactically, what I've noticed on resumption is that Trendsetters would have made a tactical adjustment where Risha Simon has been pushed up to support Nafisha Squashy at the top, and it almost seemed to work.
Ooh, 2 saves.
It almost seemed to work with that one-on-one with Jewel Have. But we see there, again, Jarvis coming up trumps. 2 saves in quick succession there, George, to keep the score at 0-0.
Well, as we all know that Wadadli United is going to get opportunities. And I believe the main person here to keep Trendsetters in this game is going to definitely be Jarvis.
Yes.
And here we are, Capital Susan. She turns and shoots, but this one was high and well over bar for goal kick. It seems like now for the Trendsetter team, Zico. As we all know, I didn't play much on turf at this time of the day, to be honest, but I've trained on it at this time of the day, and I could say it's not the most comfortable thing to do. Definitely not the most.
It's challenging.
Regardless of the color boots you have on.
It is challenging.
Regardless of the color boots you have on.
You're dealing with the heat from the top of your feet, and then the heat off the turf on the soles of your feet. It's a challenge, but the girls are their game, and that's really
Great
good to see.
Footwork by Squashy just now, sorry Z. But she's challenged by Roberts, and referee sees no harm in that. Plays it through for Souza, but the Souza is not up to the task of chasing that one down, so it goes straight to the goalkeeper, Jarvis. Jarvis is taking her time. She plays it to Jarvis again, which is Denovia Jarvis. Denovia coming forward with it, tries to place it into Squashy, but intercepted by Henry. Henry has Samuel, gives it to Samuel. Samuel tries to play to Argel. Argel plays it back to Samuel. Samuel is on the run, chased by Brown. Still Samuel, she comes around one, but Jarvis is there. And Jarvis gets the boot in, and this one goes into touch for a corner kick.
Yes, Nafisa coming in there. Some heavy challenges from Brianna Roberts, taking no chances with Nafisa Squashy. And I mean, and quite rightly so. I mean, her reputation precedes her as someone that you'd have to really pay attention to.
Correct.
And, Brianna, with the experience, bringing the physicality into play as well. And hopefully, young Squashy can use this as a learning experience.
Yeah, most definitely. And there we go. See, that's what I was saying earlier, Trendsetters need more bodies up front. There's always 4 defenders back for the Wadadli United team, and every time Squashy gets it, she's surrounded by 3 and 4 players. So she needs to get some more bodies up front.
And that doesn't include the keeper. This is the out player. This is the out players.
But here we go. There's one played over the top for Delplish. Delplish has it. She's challenged by Hodge, and toe poked by Hodge out of play, and is a throw-in for Trendsetters. So there's the female U17 World Cup going on, Georgia. Have you gotten a chance to really take a look at any of the games so far?
I haven't, but I've been planning to not only just look at the games, to see what's really going on here also, even to sit in at some of the training, which is, and hopefully that they're open for discussion, because sometimes the more brains put together and the more eyes on field and on the team, it helps. And if we really want to progress, we need to learn to work as a team. I don't have to be the paid coach to come and say, hey, something we could add, something we could take out. This is what we can do better just to move forward. And like I said, I hope it's, they're all open for discussion for stuff like that, because like I said, we're here for the same reason. We have the same aim. We want better. We want progression. And in order for that to happen, we can't just sit back either. So we have to put all hands on deck, all ideas together, brainstorm as much as we can.
It's been years, since me could be saying that. I tell people all the time, and I have a coaching license, a pretty decent one too. I don't know if I could coach, but I have the license to say I can.
Correct.
Right? And I've always saying, it doesn't matter to me who coaches the national senior team, it doesn't matter to me who coaches the youth team.
Right.
As long as the person that is in the job
is willing,
is doing the job.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? Making the team better, making the players better, representing Antigua at the best. And I think that is it. But some of us, sometimes myself, is a bit headstrong in our beliefs.
Yes.
And sometimes the next person's opinion might be the correct one, but because we're so headstrong in our beliefs, we don't want to take it, and sometimes it's turning to be worse than good. But I like what I just said just now, you're always willing to help.
Yes.
And, you know, no matter who has the terminology of head, they should always be willing to take an opinion or some sort of advice to somebody else. So here we have, you know, Squashy's on the attack against Roberts. Roberts is standing up, but Squashy pushes past her. Squashy crosses. This is a great cross. Reaches to Simon. Simon swings, but she kicks it and it was stopped by Hodge. So Hodge coming out with it now. But Simon is down. But the ball is with James now. James looks up. She has support of D'Souza, tries to play D'Souza, but intercepted by George. Falls back for James. James taking on D'Souza. And this one goes into touch. But it was a heavy collision just now by the goalkeeper, half Zico, and Simon.
And we have Nafisa down, it looks like.
And Nafisa Squash is down there pulling on her toes, and that always seems to be hamstring or calf.
Correct.
I think that, Joel have there being brave and being in tune with the game. She was quick off of her line, and she got her body in the way of the shot, but it was good enterprising work from young Nafisa Squashy on the right side to be able to elude two defenders and get the cross in. Again, Risha, Simon popping up in that area. Clearly that would have been a tactical adjustment from the bench in terms of providing that support that was so lacking in the first half. So it's good to see. It's good to see from the female side of things, as far as coaching is concerned, that the coaches that we have in the women's game are technically astute and technically aware and tactically aware of what needs to be done. And again, that just bodes well for the work that needs to happen on the female side of things, if we are to get the improvement that we've been talking about. Well, and also as the conversation we have with Georgetta from before, in terms of the female under 17 World Cup that's going on now, I understand the female World Cup now is every year. Is every year.
Yes.
So it would be next year, and I understand we're looking to put a team in. Apparently the one that's going on now, we didn't have a good enough team by accounts of the technical staff at the ABFA to put in a team. But from our region, we were represented by Canada, USA, Mexico, and Costa Rica. And 3 of the 4 has made it onto the round of 16. So, you know, it boasts well for the CONCACAF region, but sometimes I don't dwell much on the CONCACAF region because I'm from the Caribbean region, and I think that we always need to have that Caribbean presence. You know, but usually we have the Jamaicans and the Trinidad, sometimes the Cuba, the Haiti, and so on. But I think it's about time for we to get Leeward Island or Windward Island. And I just saying, just quickly, that what do you think is something that we could do? I think, in my opinion, I think we don't have continuity in teams.
Well, if you recall from the beginning, what I really would like for us is consistency. Because like I said, the more football they play, the better they get.
Yeah, but you play more football. The more
attractive they make it, and the stronger they would get. And like I said, we will gravitate more females to keep coming and playing football. I mean, they have footballers from other countries who are living and growing up here in Antigua. And if we're not making our female football society stronger, even them we lose. You know, they're here and they can play, but you know, it don't look like there's much going on for female football.
Yeah, but
that's how they see it. So I'm saying if we were more consistent, it'll become a lot stronger.
Yeah, but I think to get a good product, right, you have to have a plan from the start of the project. So for example, I want to make soda. Is the type of water I use for the soda, the ingredients I put in the soda, the marketing of the soda, the constant testing the soda to improve on the soda.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, if we're doing a U15s and then the U15s, the U14s, and then next year when the U15s come around, is only 5 players, some of the U14s in the U15s. And then we move from so we get U15s and then the U17s come around.
We're not being consistent. Because what's
but
happening?
We need a plan to be consistent.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, in order, you have to set out a plan. It has to be consistent. Because you can just plan to do something now for now. You can plan this league just for this year. The fact that you're looking towards being consistent mean, hey, it's just like I could go and show up to work today and I'm going to go to work just today. The rest of the week I don't show up. I didn't make up my mind that every day I'm going to get up, put myself together, and go to work. If you understand what I mean.
Definitely.
So that's just where we are, because we can plan stuff. It's not that we can't plan stuff. We're brilliant at planning things. We're brilliant at ideas. Executing it and maintaining it seems to me, this is my opinion, is what's our problem.
Okay, well, understandable. And we see there's Arian White, a former national player, has just entered the field for the Wadadli United FC, Zico. And the substitution for that was
okay, now.
So anyway, we have it here with RJ London. London blocked to Benjamin. Benjamin tries to whip it inside, met by Brown, but falls to D'Souza. D'Souza was against Jarvis, but Jarvis gets a foot in, falls to Squashy. Squashy tries to wiggle away out. Picked up by Buckley. Buckley has time. She takes some defender on. She gets past that defender. Buckley tries to play it to D'Souza, but intercepted by Brown. Played forward by Brown. White and Quashi with a bit of nifty footwork, but White was up to the task, and that one goes into touch for a throw-in for Trendsetters on the far side. Ogaro has it. There was an infringement. A handball, it seemed like, by Ogaro.
Yes.
I think just to touch on the conversation that we were just having. I think with the women's game especially, there is a positive connection between what Georgette is asking for, consistency and quality. It's difficult to be in a position to have any sort of quality if there's inconsistency in terms of the competitions that are being made available for the women. On the men's side of things, we've always had the age group competitions, we've always had the multiple competitions. That has been lacking on the female side. So I think a case can be made for both, but it's important that we understand that both things go hand in hand. For the quality to improve, there has to be some sort of consistency, and for the consistency to take place, proper planning has to be there, and the execution and the implementation to go along with it.
To jump on it, because see, like you mentioned, which is the exact thing that we're facing. It is 100% correct. You have the U15, and then about 5 or 8 make it to the U17. And what happens is, when there's that break in that gap, if it's not within you, and you don't have the willpower and the self-motivation to keep playing, you're only winning those who have that self-motivation to do it. The others, because we're not making it attractive enough, it's not because they can't play football, it's not because they don't want to, it's just that it doesn't look like it's serious enough for them. And that's what we need to do. And making it serious enough, not just for the competitions, but like all of the opportunities that football bring, between school, which is furthering your education, jobs, refereeing, management, match officials, whatever it is that the sport brings to you. We didn't make it, available or attractive enough. Or in my case, I was coaching a men team for how long? Many years, or at least 6 years. There are a lot of females that will look to me and be like, I didn't know that a female coach could have a man team. But why not? And in my mind, I'm just thinking, why not? But then when you look at our society, you don't see any females. So I'm saying, okay, so to them, it's impossible. And just for the mere fact that I did it, now they're now looking into coaching, and not just coach because I want to coach a female team. You shouldn't have to be subjected to just that, or just be subjected to children or youth. It's your choice according to what you're comfortable with and what your confidence level carry you. No limits, but again, because of how our society is kind of set up, sometimes we're limited and we just back off just because we don't see enough of it.
Well, to be honest, with this league, the injection of Calvin here is sponsored for 5 years, Zico?
Yes.
This year and 4 more.
5.
I hope that it is a positive thing, and people would see the positive in it, because sometimes there will be positive things out there and people look for the negative in it. So we're just hoping that majority people could see the positive. We have 5 teams in the league now. I'm hearing that there are some teams that are around who would like to come back around. So hopefully next season we would have more than 5 teams, and that 5 would bring the same positive impact that this 5 team is bringing, because you don't want to grow the league, but it comes with a negative effect.
Right.
So I'm just hoping that the teams that comes with the same positive mentality and
And I do
ingenuity.
I do believe a lot in what we put out in the universe. I believe a lot in that. And let's just try to focus. Yes, everything is not going to be perfect. It's not going to always work out the way everybody wants it to be. But if we focus more on the positive and keep pushing, then we will get back more positive feedback. That being said, you mentioned 5 teams this season. If we're consistent, we have 5 years to look forward to. We expect 8 next season, 10 to 12 the following season. Maybe by the end of the 5 years that Calvin has given us, we could have a good 13 female teams. And again, with consistency, then you have not only just more teams, we can start doing with the bids for the players, the transfers. Maybe in 10 years' time, we can start bringing in players like how the men are doing. But, you know, that's where we want to be. And we want to know that, hey, we're starting from somewhere to go towards something. And it's a good look for now. I'm all for it. I appreciate it. And let's just pray that we get more teams next year. And again, even standing on the outside, how we're helping to get the teams together.
Yeah, most definitely. So there was some enterprise in defending just now by Roberts. You know, Squashy is a very nifty player, and she's been able to hold her to very few touches and very few opportunities going forward. Just now using her body really well and positioning her body just to get Squashy off track just now. But we have a throw-in now for Trendsetters down on the far side. Throw-in taken, met by Simon. Simon takes it on the chest. Couldn't completely bring it down, but she's on some pressure on Thomas. Thomas wins it. Brown gets it. With Hughes. Hughes plays it forward. Headed by Samuel. Played by White.
Ooh,
and
that's a push.
There was a foul on London just now. Easily moving Jarvis out of the way they go.
Easily and very much illegally.
Most definitely.
Easily and very much illegally.
So here we have a free kick now for Trendsetters to be taken by Brown. Seems like it's going to be a big one. Trying to get somebody in behind. Williams takes one, but challenged by Thomas. D'Souza, George. Roberts has it for Wadadli United. She's driving forward with it. A bit heavy touch, but under some pressure, won by Hughes. Back to Hughes. Hughes plays it forward for Squashy. I think this one is a bit hard and chased down by the goalkeeper for Wadadli United. Goes it out to Benjamin. Benjamin goes past 1, goes past 2. Touch is a bit heavy, intercepted by Brown, but Brown is a lovely ball to Simon. Simon takes the touch, has a runner. Oh, a little too long, and the pass was intercepted, but still here. Thomas with a sliding challenge, and a lovely tackle there by Thomas Zico. I think Thomas has had a fairly decent game this afternoon. Zico,
yes, I think she's
center defense for the Wadadli United team alongside Roberts. Zico. So
yes, I think they've again, you know, another week where they've been consistently putting in good shifts for their team. But we see Trendsetters trying to apply a little bit more pressure. They've managed to keep the ball in the defensive third, in Wadadli United's defensive third for the last few minutes, and hopefully some of that pressure pays dividends. It's a free kick, I want to say about 20 yards away from goal, and we know if Trendsetters have a free kick in that range, there's only one person who's going to be really interested in this.
She definitely needs to get it on target first of all, Zico, and then, you know, anything is possible once the ball is on target. So Squashy's over it. She has a 2-man wall to beat. She has some numbers in the box also to aim for. She elects to go near, but this one chickles over the goal line, and goal kick for the Wadadli United team, Zico. So Wadadli United has on the pitch now Arian White, Roberts, Thomas, Benjamin, Henry, James, D'Souza, Hodge, and Samuel, along with RJ Landon up front. And for the Trendsetter teams, they have George, Williams, Delplish, Simon, Squashy, Ogaro, Brown, Hughes, Denovia Jarvis, number 9 Roberts, and who's that little one down at the far side? So the ball is the one was headed into touch and is a throw-in or free kick. It looks like Moziko for Trendsetters. I think the half has slowed down a bit, Zico, to a walking pace, I should say.
I think that suits
The heat?
I think the heat plays a massive role in that, but I think that the tempo and the pace of the game right now suits Trendsetters.
Yes, they've
I think they've managed to slow the game down. We know Wadadli United is a team built on speed, and if you can take that away from them, then you can always hopefully nick one at the very end.
Yeah, most definitely. And Hughes tries one from long range, and it goes straight into the arms of goalkeeper Harves. Yes, Zico, the game has definitely slowed down into the Trendsetter favor. They've crawled their way back into this one, you know, but it's because now they're getting more bodies up front. They've moved Simon from a deeper position to help Squashy. They've made a few tactical substitutions in getting on a few players. Roberts, but here we go with the Souza chasing one down the right side. She gets it. She takes Hughes and she cuts back inside. She goes back outside, but brilliant defending there by Hughes.
Correct.
But there was a running into between Hughes and her teammate George, but the referee saw a foul on the Souza, and there's a foul in favor of the Trendsetter team. Z.
That's excellent 1v1 defending by Camellia Hughes. George, I week after week, I'm impressed with Camellia. Keke as they call her. I mean, she is a player, definitely one for the future, and hopefully she continues in that vein in terms of her progression.
Most definitely. I've been impressed with that also. So there we go with George trying to play this one to Williams, but intercepted by Buckley. Buckley plays a lovely ball down the line for Daniel D'Souza. D'Souza is chasing, but Hughes is there. And knowing the type of player Hughes is, I don't think D'Souza is going to make much of a challenge. But D'Souza comes out with it anyway, plays it back to Hodge. Hodge crosses it one time, met by Jarvis, but it falls to Buckley at midfield. Buckley takes a touch, looking for options. Buckley likes to play it through, but wasn't read by Gabriel D'Souza, and it goes straight through to Anik Jarvis in goal. Great touch by Squashy from the goal kick. Lovely, but she's under some pressure from Roberts, looking for help. Still Roberts, but she plays one through. So there's Benjamin chasing it down. Benjamin gets there first, turns out. Under some pressure from number 13 it is. Plays it for Thomas. Thomas takes a touch. Thomas is running out with it. Thomas plays it for White. White plays it out for Hodge. Hodge takes a touch. Plays it for D'Souza. D'Souza turns. Plays it forward, but a bit too hard. But Jarvis seemed like she was on the go, Zico, looking for that ball for Gabriel D'Souza to get out and get there. So played big, met by Daniel D'Souza, challenged by Williams. Back to Williams. Williams plays one over the top, but met by Benjamin. Benjamin has time. Benjamin clears the lines. D'Souza plays it back to Hodge. Hodge is on it. Picked up by Thomas. Thomas plays it back for Hodge. Hodge takes a touch coming down. Plays it to D'Souza. D'Souza with a heavy touch, but read by Ogaro. Ogaro comes across the middle. Met by Thomas. Strong challenge by Thomas, but the ball is fast to Hughes, so the referee plays the condition. Plays through by Hughes to Squashy. Squashy is on the chase. Benjamin trying to get to Squashy. Squashy looking for options. Sees options, but crosses. But the keeper is fully on guard and comes across and takes that one cleanly.
I think Nafisa, again, being isolated out on an island, I think the help was coming, but not coming quick enough. I think she would have done a little bit better by delaying her cross just a little bit. Yes. But good.
Or do a 1v1 with the defender.
Just good enterprising play from Trendsetters, and again we see them slowly and methodically clawing back into the game, and hopefully we have an exciting finish.
Squash with the cross, but the keeper is there shouting early to let her defenders know that she's right on this one. She starts with a big throw, but met by number 9. Number 9 did have to shoot one time. Met by Benjamin. Benjamin intercept. Lose out. It's by Davis. Roberts clears. Landon takes. Landon with a reverse move. Plays a lovely ball through, but brilliant defending by Jarvis. Denovia Jarvis reading that one. The run of Samuel and coming across and intercepting that pass. So we have a throw on the far side for Wadadli United FC to be taken by Arian White. D'Souza comes across the middle looking for options. She has two to beat. She gets past the second person. Still D'Souza going. D'Souza with a full at the seam. D'Souza looking to shoot. She shoots. And this one goes wide. And that was a great run, Zico. Great run by D'Souza across the front of goal and elected to shoot across to the right of goalkeeper Annie Jarvis, but it wasn't on target and it rolls into touch. And here we are, the ABFA Technical Center in our first and only encounter of this afternoon, where the score is deadlock at 0-0 between Wadadli United FC and Trendsetters, Zico. Does this one look like it's going to end in a stalemate, Zico?
It looks like it's heading that way. There's still, by my watch, roughly about 10 minutes left. I think that's more than enough time for an individual moment of brilliance, and it looks like that's going to be the difference in this game. That attempt by Gabriel D'Souza was a really good one, but what I was impressed with was Anik Jarvis's positioning. She cut off that near post, forced her to go across goal, and take her chances there. But that was good football all around.
Definitely. Thomas has it. Plays it to Daniel D'Souza. Daniel D'Souza back to Thomas. Thomas is on the run. Tries to go past George, but George gets a touch. And Zico, every week I have to touch on this because these players where I coach in the past at Lady Hoppers tend to play for different teams and all of them tend to wear number 17. I don't know why, Zico.
I really can't help you at this point,
90% of the time they are defenders, Zico. I don't know if it's... I know there was this one famous defender at Green Bay Hoppers wearing number 17.
I wonder who that
I know that was this one. Number 17 was a doormat number in football in this country, Zico, until that one player decided to take it. Well, it wasn't doormat because Gary Gonzalez wore it, and I was in love with Gary Gonzalez in terms of his all-around play. And I decided to wear that number, and then now it becomes number 17 is a household number now, Zico. There's argument for it. Before time, there was only argument for 9, 10, and 11, and 7. Now there's an argument for 17. Zico. I'm not blowing nobody else's trumpet. I'm not even blowing my own. Just stating the obvious.
I generally stay away from the numbers argument. I wore number 10.
So you're definitely not in a position.
So I'm one of those players that allows everybody else to choose whatever they want to play in. But speaking to the number 17, obviously Garfield would have been one of those players in our time.
The only player. The only player.
Well, I notice I preface that by saying our time. I mean, I would assume that there was some player of note prior to when we played that we may not have seen. So we don't want to disparage anybody. But I think I can speak for both of us where we can say that, Garfield made that number
iconic.
And
at this point,
you would have
because
you would have continued.
Still happening because you're still noticing defenders in 17.
I think George is the only person who actually still notices defenders in 17. If I'm being 100% honest.
I guess I'm the only person with eyes then. I'm going to take that I'm the only person with eyes and see to notice that. But any which way, and we're here with Hodge. Hodge being challenged by George, but comes away with Thomas. Thomas tries to take on Williams. Williams is some good defending. Still with Thomas though. Thomas plays it to Daniel D'Souza. D'Souza looking to take on Hughes. He elects the pass, but he's behind Buckley and chased down by number 9. She plays it up the line for Squashy, but Squashy is under some pressure from Benjamin. Benjamin gets there first. There's not enough force on it for it to go outside Benjamin. So Benjamin decides to turn down the line, but still under pressure from Squashy, using her body well. Benjamin. And Benjamin plays it off for Squashy, and the ball goes into touch for a throw-in to Trendsetters. But there's a player down on the pitch there, Zico.
Yes, the heat definitely taking a toll on even on the young ones. George, I honestly don't envy these young ladies now in terms of the heat that they have to play in, but that's part of the process.
Well,
that's part of what they're required to do.
And usually at this point in time when it's coming down to the end of the game, Zika, we usually like highlight in games that are being drawn and also games that are somebody's winning, we highlight a few players from both teams who we think has had outstanding games thus far throughout this one. So you just give me a take, just give me 2 from each and I'll take 2 from Georgia also.
I want to say Brianna Roberts has, again, showed her class from Wadadli United. And I think, obviously, we can also always speak about Gabriel D'Souza. A bit of a quiet game, but based on the quality of the opposition, that can be expected. On the Trendsetter side of things, definitely Anik Jarvis, keeping her team in it. And I would say Denovia Jarvis as well. Those would be my 2 for Trendsetters.
For Trendsetters, I'll definitely go with Anik Jarvis, of course, holding it down. And I would shine some light on Keke, because she has been making some brilliant defensive decision, because defending a player like Gabriel D'Souza isn't an easy job. And so far, they have kept the score at a 0-0. Then, well, that's the whistle for the end of the game, but I'll still go ahead and give my 2 for Wadadli United, and I would definitely go with Brianna Roberts. And this is not just because she had a good game today. She's actually playing out of position. She's played the centre back, which is a very major role. And not only not the centre back position, I've never known her to be a defensive player at all. At least here locally. I don't know what she did, because she did collegiate football, but she held it down firmly today, and it was a good look on both teams. And I will also obviously speak on Gabriel D'Souza, who seems to always have a good game. It wasn't her best, because we would have wanted her to add more goals to her score sheet, but it didn't happen today, unfortunately. But good luck to both teams in any upcoming games.
All right, so for me is Anik Jarvis and Kanika Buckley. I think Kanika Buckley had a really good game at midfield. Yeah. She stemmed the flow of the game, tried to be creative, and she also got back on her defense. And for Trendsetters, definitely Keke had a really good game for me. And I'm always impressed with Ogaro's work with at midfield. I think she's a decent player. She just needs to be a little fitter. But there we have it. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The conclusion of our one and only game for this afternoon in the Calvinia-sponsored ABFA Women's Premier League between Trendsetters FC and Wadadli United FC, ending in a 0-0 draw here in week 4 of this Women's Premier League. From me, George Saw Dublin, Zesman Zika Blur, and Georgetta Buchanan. See you tomorrow for the other games of this weekend. Thank you.
Discover the Caribbean from a new perspective with Calvin Air Helicopters. Call us today at 789-4354 or email reservations@calvinair.com. From providing access to higher learning, fostering young talent in music, to supporting youth development initiatives, the Calvin Air Foundation is playing a pivotal role in nurturing the potential of tomorrow's leaders.